habitats in this area of the Olympic Peninsula. Tonight, we will honor partners and individuals who deserve recognition for their efforts in support of WNPS's work towards its mission to promote and advocate appreciation of Washington's native plants and their habitats through study, education, and advocacy. We begin with the Outstanding Partner Award. This award would be presented to an agency, organization, or individual which has made significant contributions to native plant conservation, research, or education in Washington for outstanding support in native plant stewardship in the city's public parks and lands. The 2024 Outstanding Partner Award is presented to the city of Bellingham.
Please. My slides aren't advancing.
The slides aren't advancing. I invite Abe Lloyd, WNPS Native Plant Steward Coordinator, to come to the stage. Abe, thank you for your contribution to educating stewards, along with the city of Bellingham for WNPS. Please introduce your partners who are on the Zoom to the audience.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not.
Pause just a second, because
I'm not getting the award. I'm just helping present the award. But I did have the honor of teaching the stewardship program this last year and 2 years before that. And this has been a really successful program. We brought in a lot of great new members to our society and helped the city of Bellingham accomplish some really wonderful restoration projects, as well as other partners in Whatcom County.
You don't go yet. This needs to catch up. Next slide, please. There we go. Yay, Bellingham.
All right, so we worked with the city of two departments of the city of Bellingham, the Parks Department, and Ryan Roby is a volunteer coordinator for the Parks Department. And the City of Bellingham's Natural Resource and Restoration Department. I'm getting that kind of wrong, but Annalise Burns is the Habitat Restoration Manager for that program. And then Alan Richardson is also on the call here, and Alan Richardson is our state, our local compulsion chapter stewardship coordinator. So he was kind of my boss in this process and helped facilitate the whole trip. So this was a really wonderful team to work with. We, figured out what the curriculum we wanted to teach and plan the program, and so hopefully this will be a successful program going forward. But really appreciate the hard work that the City of Bellingham staff put into making this possible. It's been really beneficial to our chapter, and I think it's really forwarding the mission of the Plant Society.
And here you can see Jim Evans and
Abe in action.
And by the way, over here at this hard table, we have a lot of new stewards. So in the Bellingham Composting chapter, if you want to raise your hand. So Alan, could you please share some of the other points you made in your nominating letter about how the city of Bellingham contributed to educating its citizenry about the importance of native plants?
Yes, in addition to the stewardship classes, the city has worked closely with us in a native plant teaching trail at Maritime Heritage Park at the important historic location at the mouth of Whatcom Creek. And we have signs about us. Now it's going to be about close to 60 native plants, including all the new ones, and details about the plants, scientific name, native names in Lummi and Nooksack languages, and the habitat values and ethnobotany, native uses and such about these plants. And still another project is a brochure that with the Natural Resource Department that Jim Davis and Abe Lloyd worked on, native plants for native pollinators. And that's been widely distributed in the last 2 years. So that's another joint effort. And the city has supported us in our introductory plant walks. They were kind of co-sponsors when we first started those close to 20 years ago, and continuing to be an important way to spread the news about and the dates, the information about our introductory plant walks. So great partners to work with. Annalise and Ryan being the two most prominent at the current time.
Thank you, Alan. So Ryan Roby, please share with your staff the gratitude of WNPS for the support they gave to the WNPS and continue to give to the stewardship programs they help to support. Thank you so very much. My hat goes off to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're honored to accept this award and continue this partnership moving forward.
Thank you. So now we're going to move on.
I just wanted to say a quick word. I just wanted to say that this has really been a valuable partnership, or in the words of Native Plant Society, a symbiotic relationship. And we've been a beneficiary of the Native Plant Society as much as they have of us. So you're helping us foster foster an active appreciation and care of our local wetlands, forests, and streams. So thank you for that, and your legacy lives on.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. So next, the
Wait,
I have to
there
wait.
we go. No, one more.
The Mentzelia Award is presented to an individual or individuals who has made a significant contribution to native plant conservation, research, or education in Washington. The individual will be a member of WNPS. And this year, the winner is the member.
Runway. There we go.
Okay. Is Tina Miller. Tina, come on down. I just returned the tool that Tina left behind at a project I was working on in China Lake. She's so helpful, she even came down to help me at China Lake. So there she comes. Certificate, mug, lantern, writing pad, and pencil. Do I get to say look at more?
Yes, you did. None of the hearing.
Okay, so I am going to read you some of her just some of her accomplishments, because there are many. Oops, I don't know how to work this computer. Oops. Make it smaller. I pushed this one because I thought it would make it go down.
Now.
I'm sorry, my bad. Okay. Here's some of the data about Tina's accomplishments. She is the lead steward at the Rose Hill Middle School in the year program. And she's also year advisory committee chair, 2022, 2023, and to the present. And we hope she'll continue. Rose Hill Middle School has 3 teachers, 320 students, and 6 stewards for on-site restoration. Griffin Bay has 1 teacher, 69 students, 6 stewards, Capital Land Trust. Mentzelia has 1 teacher, 9 students, 2 stewards, Jefferson Land Trust. TAF at Sahali, I don't want to butcher it. 2 teachers, 120 students, 3 stewards, on-site restoration. What a job. Eastside, Patterson, 1 teacher, 50 students, 3 stewards, on-site restoration. Walook, 3 teachers, 215 students, 5 stewards, on-site restoration location. And Ray Reynolds, 1 teacher, 135 stewards, 3 to 5 stewards on site restoration. And she also serves on the stewardship committee. So let's hear it for Tina.
I just wanted to say a big thanks. Here I am retired. I thought I was over the years of getting rewards, so it's quite an honor to be rewarded. But I'm glad in my retirement years that I ended up with Washington Native Plant Society. It's such a great organization to work with, and it's amazing to have, mentors when I was tiny or young here, and lots of people that were students of mine at some point, and they're all here, and they're all supporting the year program and the stewardship program. So it's great to have those opportunities. Thanks.
Thank you. Now we're going to move on to the Arthur A. Kuckelberg Honorary Fellows Awards. I'm now going to ask our current fellows to stand when I call your name. Clay Antio, Joe Arnett, Bill Brookerson, David Giblin, Marie Hitchman, Catherine Horvath. I'm sorry, Catherine, to butcher your name. You can butcher mine in return. Ellen Coleman, Dixie Llewellyn, Wendy McClure, Ann Wyman, and Fred Wyman. These are our current fellows. Thank you so much. You may recognize their names. Many are still very active in WNPS, and we thank you for your continued service. To become a WNPS fellow is the highest honor given to a member by our society. This title is given to those who have made outstanding contributions to the understanding and/or preservation of Washington's flora, or to the success of WNPS. Fellows receive a framed certificate of recognition, lifetime membership in WNPS, and a lifetime waiver of registration fees for annual study weekends. The member is formally recognized by the state president of WNPS and an annual study weekend. To be considered for recognition as a WNPS fellow, an individual must be a current or past member of the society and be recognized for one or some combination of the following criteria. Through the actions of this member, a significant and lasting change in the organization has been realized. The member has contributed an extraordinary amount of volunteer time to WNPS. The member has performed an outstanding act and/or has been a driving force on behalf of the conservation, education, research, or advocacy of Washington's native flora. Longevity, shouldn't have that glass of wine before dinner, of contributions at the state or chapter level. This evening, our first awardee, who could not be here this evening, is Jerry Benson. And as you can see, there are other members up, basic names were up there just now. Jerry is recognized for his role as a driving force in conservation, education, research, and advocacy of Washington's native flora. While considering Jerry for this award, the nominators asked the question, what comes to mind when you think of Jerry? These are just a number of the responses: his passion, the professionalism, technical know-how, and the dedication to the art of native seed grow out and restoration. Jerry is extremely knowledgeable and gracious in sharing that knowledge. He's been the go-to person for native plant restoration projects for 30 years now in the state of Washington. In the 1990s, Jerry assembled, trained, and equipped a group of wildlife area managers at WDFW to restore upland habitats, mostly on public land. His hard work, professional contribution, and infectious enthusiasm helped convince many early skeptics and made native seed use now a commonly accepted practice, and not just in PNW, but nationally. Go, Jerry! Denise is showing you his plaque and certificate.
Jerry could not be here tonight. His grandson is graduating from Central Washington University as we speak. He's also started the grass harvest, which each species takes about 2 days, and he will be harvesting seed daily until November. He's very gracious and appreciative of this award, as he feels he's following the footsteps of his founder and mentor, Bill Barker, who's also a WNPS. So, thank you.
Congratulations, Chair.
Next is Sarah Gage. Come on over, come on up, Sarah.
I've stopped coloring my hair.
As have many of us. Where to begin with Sarah and all her many accomplishments? Sarah has been active in WNPS since the 1980s and has long served the WNPS in important roles. She has also significantly contributed to the conservation of plant species and biodiversity in Washington. Sarah served as WNPS president from 1993 to 1996, and later served as the chair of the fundraising committee. She has been a valuable member of the editorial, fundraising, and financial advisory committees. Professionally, Sarah was the collections manager of the University of Washington Herbarium from 1988 to 2001. During this time, she actively encouraged volunteers, students, and herbarium users to pursue botanical activities and careers. Sarah was the chief U.S. botanist in the International Coral Island Project from 1995 to 2000. This project documented the flora and fauna. Just a minute, I have to move my page around and I lost everything. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, folks. I am not a techie, can you tell? Of the Coral Islands, which stretch from Japan's northmost island to the south tip of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Sarah and Sharon Robin co-authored a centenary survey of plant life in Washington state, retracing the 1892 collecting trips of Lewis F. Henderson as volume 8 of the Douglasia Occasional Paper series. Sarah also knows a thing or two about slime molds, having worked in Dr. O'Neill Ray Collins' slime mold lab in UC Berkeley in the late 1970s. From 2005 to 2019, Sarah worked on biodiversity and conservation office in Olympia. She was active in the Washington Invasive Species Council. Sarah left UW-Barham in 2001 to turn her attention to writing and earned an MFA in creative nonfiction. She put these skills to work for WNPS with the Botanical Rambles blog, which has been a mainstay of WNPS online communications for 12 years now. Sarah writes many of the blogs herself and recruits others to contribute their knowledge and stories. Sarah is a great editor. Botanical Rambles has reached thousands of plant enthusiasts across the state and region. Her blogs have made her the voice of WNPS. She has also written many of the WNPS fall and spring fundraising letters. Thank you. And Sarah's certificate and her photograph
Oh, good.
is of the first blog she wrote. Is a photograph of an image of the first blog she wrote, and in the back were others you would like to change.
Okay. Yeah.
We have to take it.
But also,
Yeah.
What is it?
the first blog I wrote was about fall color. And so I think this is, I forget whose photograph this is.
David Hagen.
David Hagen.
Yeah, so it's some,
Just a minute.
it's some yellow tree plant.
Cottonwood.
Cottonwood.
Peach Creek.
Peach Creek. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, it's really an honor, and I just want to say that many of us in sort of what I consider my cohort, so Catherine Hovanek, Clay Antio, Sarah Cook, we started out in WNPS maybe as graduate students, Joe Arnett, you know, and we didn't really know anything about running an organization, which kind of showed for a lot of years. We were botanists, and we were following in the footsteps of, you know, the mighty Krugerberg, Ron Taylor, Bill Barker. And so I just really want to take this opportunity to encourage those of you who may be just starting out in your careers, who may be students. You know, you don't actually need to know much about really plants or organizations to have a meaningful and fulfilling role in the Washington Native Plant Society. And we really would welcome your participation at whatever level you can manage. And particularly, you know, in a lot of years, I didn't have much money to give to the Native Plant Society, but I really believed in the mission. So I was able to eke out a little bit of time that I could get. Now, those of us with the gray hair who maybe have a little more money, you know, we can cough up the bucks. So really, there's a role for everyone. So I encourage you all to be involved as much as you can. If you love plants, well, this is a great organization to belong to. So thank you very much for that.
So the next awardee is Don Schachtel, who could not be with us this evening. He was Wenatchee Valley Chapter Chair for many years, WNPS Board Member, Secretary from 2014 to 2016, Study Weekend Event Director 2016, Leavenworth Area Field Trip Leader, WNPS President of the Board 2017 to 2018, WNPS Treasurer from 2019 to 2022, WNPS Fundraising Chair to 2021 to current, Community Builder and Leadership Support, and Leader in Local Home Gardening with Natives. Let's hear it for Don Schachtel. Congratulations to Don. I don't know how to move it. Not only am I not a techie, but I'm also not a botanist, but I'm learning. Now, here's one, a special one, Fela Schwartz. Fela has quite a history. She was published in the Flora of North America Treatment, 1994, Zingidemus Leonaceae, PhD dissertation, volume 26. And the text is actually down there if you'd like to look at it, but please be careful. WNPS Education Committee Chair, board member from 1995 to 2018. And that talk about strength of character and tenacity. She oversaw many educational grant awards, and that is no easy feat. Every community college biology professor retired in 2019, and during the pandemic, she taught an online botany course, which I took. So it was pretty amazing. Thank you. I learned a lot. She was Youth Ecology Education through Restoration Premier Pilot Advisory Committee 2020 to 2022, and Olympic Committee Chair 2019 to the current, and chair of this event for this year. So here's your certificate. And
Here's what?
there's the picture on the page on her certificate. Like that.
It's gorgeous. Where is it? Looks like
Deer Park.
high mountains.
Deer Park.
Panula.
I think it's Deer Park.
Deer Park. Okay.
If Mark was over, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say something. That volume of Flora of North America, I donated it to the WNPS office when I retired from Everett Community College because I didn't have any room for it. And I really don't use it. Now Denise is trying to give it back to me, but I think the WNPS should keep it.
There's a letter in with a contribution. We need to have that.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, she found that I didn't even look through it because there was a letter in there from the Flora of North America Committee that thanked me for my part. And I gotta say that it's all outdated now because it's not Zingidemus anymore anyway. So it doesn't matter. I will echo a little bit about what Sarah said, is that individuals can't do much in an organization like this. It's all about groups and it's all about people working together. And, you know, if you just do it long enough, they'll give you an award. So, that was my philosophy.
Well, it takes 30 years, right?
Yeah, right. But I won't be around here 30 years from now, so I doubt it anyway. Anyway, thank you very much. And it's been my pleasure and I will continue to work with WNPS.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, I neglected to say there's a green flyer on this table here that announced a workshop that Sarah was doing for the Olympic Peninsula chapter in, I believe it was 1991. So you might want to check that out. It's kind of a fun thing. We have to return it to Sarah because it's a wonderful memento. So to echo again, if you can find some time in your busy schedules to give some time to WNPS chapter or state board, we can use your help. Everybody can do something. Check out a committee and see if it fits. May not fit. Try a different one. see what you can do. But most of all, have fun volunteering and enjoy. This is a great, fun organization with amazing people. Thank you so much for being here, and I thank you for your kindness towards me tonight and understanding with my mishaps. Good evening.
Thank you, Bellingham. Good night.
Next is our speaker.